Imagine a car left sitting on a quiet street for weeks, neighbors barely noticing, until a foul odor leads police to make a discovery that nobody was prepared for. Inside the trunk of that abandoned Tesla, officers uncovered the body of a 15-year-old girl. And here's where it gets even more unsettling. That car was registered to one of the music industry's fastest rising young stars. How did this happen, and why are investigators now digging deeper into every detail surrounding the case? On September 8th, Los Angeles police were called to an impound lot after reports of a strange odor coming from a vehicle. What they found inside left even the most experienced officers stunned. In the trunk of a Tesla sat the body of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. The car, traced back to 20-year-old singer d4vd, had reportedly been abandoned in the Hollywood Hills for nearly a month before it was towed away. Neighbors later admitted they noticed the car sitting on the street but never imagined it could be hiding something so grim. From the very beginning, investigators treated the case as a homicide. The discovery wasn't just tragic. It raised more questions than it answered. Who left the car there? How long had Celeste been inside? And why was it connected to one of the fastest rising names in music? Just days after the body was discovered, detectives from the LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division moved in on a property in the Hollywood Hills. According to reports, this wasn't just any random house. It was the same address where d4vd had been staying before he left for tour. Officers served a search warrant and carried out several bags of evidence, though exactly what was recovered hasn't been revealed. Police confirmed only that multiple items are now being analyzed, fueling speculation about what could tie the home to the abandoned Tesla and the missing teen. For neighbors, the raid was a shocking sight. An upscale, quiet street suddenly swarming with detectives. But for investigators, it was a crucial step toward uncovering how a rising star's car became the center of a potential homicide case. As investigators searched for answers, one detail grabbed attention and quickly sparked conversation online. When the medical examiner identified Celeste, they noted a small tattoo on her right index finger. It read, just one word, shh. That might not sound unusual, until photos resurfaced of d4vd from just a year earlier. On his own right index finger, the young singer has the exact same tattoo. Same placement, same word. Authorities haven't said whether this matching mark means anything, or if the two even knew each other at all. But fans were quick to connect the dots, with social media buzzing over the eerie coincidence. Was it random, or a hidden link between the rising star and the missing teenager? For now, police aren't giving answers, leaving the public to wonder if the tattoos are just chance, or a clue. Celeste's story didn't begin with the Tesla. According to authorities, she was first reported missing on April 5, 2024, months before her body was discovered. That's a long stretch of time where her whereabouts remain a mystery. Between spring and early September, little has been made public about where she might have been or who she could have been with. Families of missing teens often hold on to hope, but in this case, the trail seemed to go cold. Then suddenly, 5 months later, she was found in circumstances no one could have imagined. The gap between her disappearance and the tragic discovery leaves behind a haunting set of questions. Where was Celeste during those missing months? Who last saw her alive? And how did her story end with an abandoned car on a quiet Hollywood street? For Celeste's family, the discovery was every parent's worst nightmare. After months of uncertainty, they were forced to face a devastating reality. Their daughter was gone. In the days that followed, her loved ones shared how heartbroken and devastated they were, words that barely capture the weight of their grief. To honor her memory and give her a proper farewell, the family created a GoFundMe asking for help to cover funeral expenses. The response was overwhelming. Within days, donations poured in, surpassing $12,000. Messages of sympathy came from strangers who had never met Celeste but felt moved by her story. Her service is scheduled for October 5th, a day that will bring together friends, family, and community members who want to say goodbye. But for those closest to her, no amount of support can erase the pain of losing a daughter so young under such haunting circumstances. While the investigation continued to unfold, attention inevitably turned to the young musician himself. At just 20 years old, d4vd had been gaining momentum with viral hits and a growing fan base. But as news broke about the discovery in his car, his name was suddenly tied to a case far darker than music charts and streaming numbers. At the time Celeste's body was found, d4vd was reportedly on tour, performing in other cities. His representatives stressed that he is fully cooperating with police and assisting investigators in any way he can. Authorities, for their part, have not named him a suspect, nor confirmed any direct link between him and Celeste. What stands out, however, is the silence. Beyond a brief statement from his team, d4vd himself has not spoken publicly about the case. For fans, that silence has only fueled speculation. Some urging patience, others questioning what really happened before that car was left behind. Even with the search warrant, the matching tattoos, and the timeline of Celeste's disappearance, so many pieces of this puzzle are still missing. Who abandoned the Tesla in the Hollywood Hills and left it sitting for weeks? Did Celeste and d4vd ever actually know each other, or is the tattoo connection just a chilling coincidence? And most importantly, what really happened to her in the months between April and September? Detectives say they've collected multiple items of evidence and are following several leads, but no clear answers have been given. Each new development seems to open the door to even more speculation, and for now the public is left with far more questions than facts. Until investigators reveal more, the story remains a haunting mystery, one that blurs the line between a rising star's fame and a family's unimaginable loss. The case of Celeste Rivas Hernandez is one that continues to grip both fans and investigators. A teenage girl, missing for months, discovered in the trunk of a car tied to one of music's fastest rising stars. It's the kind of story that feels more like a chilling movie than real life. Yet for her family, this isn't a mystery on the news. It's a heartbreaking reality they're forced to live with every single day. As detectives sift through evidence and chase new leads, the unanswered questions only grow louder. Was the matching tattoo a coincidence? Who left the car abandoned for so long? And what really happened during the months Celeste was missing? For now, the public waits. And until the truth comes out, this case will remain a dark shadow over the bright career of a rising artist, and a painful reminder of a young life gone far too soon.